I'm Andy Tabellis for NETV in Brussels with Corien Wortman. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Vice President of the EPP?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. A big night for you. The exact margin isn't clear, but it's evident you have a runaway bridge between you and the PES.
Yes.
How does that translate to the EPP, though, in terms of getting something done?
Well, it's at first it's an encouragement that our policy standing for the social market economy survived and got broad public support, and that's very good for us. And it really strengthens our position in the Parliament also for the next years in order to get our policies through.
How is it that you managed to escape the blame that was put on banks and businessmen and politicians and government for the whole debacle of the recession?
Well, I think people understand that, say, the socialist answer, that more state intervention is the solution for this, that is not the right direction. And it also is clear for the people that we are not favoring liberalism or capitalism, but that we stand for the social market economy. So regulated market economy, and in order to get a fair trade and fair economic chances for all parties in Europe.
Would the EPP support more regulation on financial instruments and institutions?
Well, when it's about supervisory bodies, they on a European level, they must have more power, so in that field we do support more state intervention, more supervision. But on the other hand, it is not state intervention which can solve all the problems. We have to address the companies, the banking institutions, that they take their responsibility. But therefore you need to have the right incentives.
Do you think it's the role of the Parliament to intervene more strongly in that there were huge government bailouts for European banks who will recapitalize, and they have kept the money instead of lending it, which has prevented the economy from being kick-started?
Well, it's clear that it's still a very difficult time for the banks. They need to increase the money they have inside the bank in order to get enough security for the money they lend.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, and this still is a big problem for the banks also right now. So we have to take the right measures in order to get the trust back in the system. And that's not only, say, the supervisory bodies, but also a good regulation in order for hedge funds and these kind of topics. So there's a big task for the Parliament in the next years in order to get this right regulation into place.
With the EPP, with its hegemony in the Parliament, can it strengthen the role and visibility? The European Commission is more recognized. What can the European Parliament do to take the leadership in some of these issues?
Well, we as EPP are determined, also given this good election result, to take up this leadership, because it is necessary that not only the European Commission, not only the Council, but us being directly elected by the people of Europe, that we take a leading role in this as well. And we feel convinced to do it in the next coming years, given this very good election result we have right now.
Well, you certainly have a victory, but a very low turnout, not exactly a mandate.
Yeah, that's of course still something we have to work on. Also in the Netherlands, me being a Dutch member of Parliament, for the people, they feel it so far away still and so complicated, European Parliament. And in the Netherlands, it's also a topic that us traveling to Strasbourg and Brussels, between Strasbourg and Brussels, which costs so much money. So also on these kind of topics, we have to work in order to get more support.
Being from the Netherlands, I can't let you get away without asking you about the strong showing from the far right there in extremists. Is that disconcerting to you in terms of the image of the Netherlands, which generally people think of as so compassionate?
Well, it's unfortunately it's not new in Dutch politics. This party is very populist, very right-wing populist. Right now they got support.
Why?
Actually less than predicted in the polls.
Why did they get any?
that's still something we have to work on, of course. That they, it's kind of going for, say, the easy solutions, which can't solve the problem. So it is something we have to work on. You are absolutely right, and we will absolutely. And for us, Christian Democrat, relatively we did well. So we have to articulate more clearly what our message is. That's something for sure. And we are determined to take up responsibility in order to fight the crisis as well.
Is there a danger in being too strong? Can you be complacent because you and the PES or any coalition you form can control the parliament?
Well, in the Netherlands we have a very open democratic system, so it's not
Bring
only...
it to the European Parliament.
Yeah, sorry,
Bring it to the European Parliament.
I try to understand what you mean, but...
So you mentioned you have an open democratic system. I said, bring it to the European Parliament.
Yeah, well, we in the Parliament, we can all vote as we want, also within political groups. So we do have an open political system. And it's not that a certain bloc in the Parliament, in the European Parliament, but also in the Dutch Parliament, rules everything. So I don't see, in the Netherlands we do have this open discussion, and that is really of big importance also to fight this Wilders party, to have this open public debate in the Parliament but also in society.
Well, you can be sure he'll be speaking out in the European Parliament because now they're inside instead of outside.
Yes, that's right, but he also, Wilders, he also announced that he will not join a political group in the Parliament, so that means that he's on his own, these people are on their own, and my impression until now is that they are here only to serve domestic policy and to serve their domestic position of this party.
Will the EPP try to squeeze them out as happened with the extremist groups last time?
Well, it's nothing new in this field because there are some fractions. There's a small, also right-wing Eurosceptical group already in the Parliament. So we will not change our line. So we will remain critical towards these kind of politicians in the Parliament, also in the next years.
Big night for the EPP. Will it translate into action at the European Parliament? I'm Andy DeBillis for NETV in Brussels.